on the Saturday we were tracking. We turned up just to do our normal stuff on an extreme day. We were aware that it was a bit more of an extreme day, and we were tracking some of the things that were going on around down in Wallen. And we were pretty aware that there was fires heading across the bottom of us, and there was fires happening in Humevale and Coombs Road, and as the day wore on, it started to get a bit warmer. We were doing our observations of temperature and RH and wind change and all wind speed and all that. There's another one, and it was progressively getting worse, and eventually it got to the point where we thought it was in Whittlesea, but then there was calls from Arthur's Creek and Strathewen, and we knew things were really ramping up towards the end of the day, and there was fires eventually reported crossing the Heidelberg Kinglake Road, which we call the St Andrews Road, down at Olives Lane, and this is the road that we're on now, and you can see by the trees and the devastation here that the fire came up here quite hot and quite fast, and it did, and brigade member and I headed down this road when this was all nice and green and nothing really anything showing, and because we had a number of cars just heading down this road, and I was quite concerned that they'd get down to the bottom and it'd be blocked off, and then they'd want to turn around and come back, and so all good judgment aside, we went down, but we were checking the sides of the road as we went, and this is this is the first time I've been down here, and this is amazing. When all this was trees and everything, you could actually you couldn't see anything, you couldn't see through anywhere, and I'm just absolutely amazed at this. But anyway, we headed down here and checked the sides of the road, and the main objective was to herd the cars back. And luckily we got down there okay, and as soon as we got to about Ninks Road, we saw a wall of flame across a ridge. It must have been coming up over the other side, and we knew things were sort of hotting up there. It was all like slow motion in a way, and we got down to the bottom where it had crossed the road, and we're about to turn around, and all of a sudden a car came through some of the burning area, and he was just amazed that he got through. He said he just made it. He thought he wouldn't make it because he couldn't see, and finally got into the patch where it wasn't burning. So we headed up, and as we headed up, we pushed all the we're pushing all the cars up the road, and just a little bit further down, we were noticing spot fires occurring the top and bottom of the road. Not here. It hadn't got up to this far, but just a little bit further down from where we are now, and we thought we weren't going to make it as well. So we finally got up to the top, and every single car that was in front of us and behind us had got back, and we blocked the road off. We called for police, but everything was stretched. There were no police to come in. The police wouldn't have got up here anyway. They would have, if anyone hadn't decided to come up here, they would have been in trouble. So you can even see the sky here now. It's just absolutely clear as anything. When it was all treed, you couldn't see. You could hardly see the sky. We've had fires up along here over the years, and very, very mild ones going up not that fast, picking them up before they get to the top. But this one coming down from the bottom was one of the worst nightmares you could ever see. So yeah, as you can see, there's tons of it. This is the change of the cutting here. We call it change of the cutting, or a little bit of a saddle here, where it changes from one side to the other. When we headed down into there was nothing really showing, but no one would have survived anywhere near here. Just amazing. I'm going to turn around and go back.